I'm ready. I am prepared.
All right, sweetie, I think the mics are unmuted.
The mics are muted. Hi, Robert.
And I think that I can cut on the cameras.
All right, let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens
Because the other night, I don't know, some strange things were happening.
Some strange things were happening. Oh, look, it's the sweetie on screen. Sweetie, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing.
You're doing? That's all? Just doing?
You're
not doing fantastic? Wonderful?
I'm doing fantastic and wonderful.
Highly blessed and favored?
Not flavored?
I mean, this is not that kind of podcast, sir.
Oh, okay.
And live. We don't want to confuse the people.
Greetings, everyone. How you guys doing today on this Friday night?
Greetings and salutations. If you know where I got that from, let me know. Put it in the chat.
Welcome to another episode of Tech Trapper Live. This is another episode of Tech Trapper Live.
Trapper Live.
With your host, me, Aaron Reed. Is my camera slanted?
No clue. Hey, Sharon.
Hey, Sharon. How you doing? What's going on, Robert? How are you doing?
Tech Trapper Live. Tech Trapper Live.
So are you gonna actually record the theme song?
What is the theme song?
You're singing it.
When you have to do the thing, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting on you.
Oh, you waiting on me?
Yeah, I'm waiting on you. You are the producer. Duh.
I'm the producer, huh?
Yes.
One day I'm gonna get my life together, guys. So welcome everybody back to another episode of Tech Trapper Live. I am your host, Aaron Reed, 2530 Media, and of course we have the lovely Dominique Unscripted, aka Dominique Danielle, aka Sweetie. Probably the main reason why people come check out the show in the first place.
I doubt that very seriously because I know nothing of techie talk and e-ink, only about that much.
We have an exciting show today. Well, hold on.
Why are we holding? We're holding.
I don't want to give.
We're holding on.
Yeah, I don't want to give that type of expectation that it's going to be an exciting show. Everyone might not be as excited as I am, so we're gonna have it. Hopefully, we're gonna have an exciting show. A lot of good things happened between last night and today. I was very entertained at work today. Did we say hi to Sharon? Hi guys. Hi Sharon.
I said hi to everyone in the chat.
Hi Robert. We're gonna talk about the Go 10.3 Gen 2 Lumi. It's in people's hands now. We have a couple of videos on YouTube to check out. I wonder if I can drop links in the comments.
I thought you did that. We discussed that last time. Well, not last time, but it was a couple of lives ago where you put a link in the chat. Don't ask me which one it was, but it was a link that you guys were discussing, and you found a way, y'all going back and forth with how to put that in the chat.
Okay, guys. Yeah. I think I did it. I might be smarter than the average bear. So it's going to be an exciting live, hopefully, for you guys. We're going to talk a lot of eating tonight. We're going to talk Go 10.3 Gen 2 Lumi. First wave of tablets have been sent out and people have them in their hands. So we got two videos. Well, we have two content creators who put out some stuff today to check out. One is going to be a friend of the show, friend of Rant About Tech community on Discord, Javier. So Javier, he put out his videos last night of his first impressions, first look at the 10.3 Gen 2 Lumi. So I just threw that link inside of the comments so you guys can check that out if I get too boring for you. And of course, my guy, Dave over at Tablet Tech, he dropped his first review of the Go 10.3 Gen 2. And I'm about to put that link in the description as well. Well, not the description, but the chat. So there we go. We got 2 links for you guys. Two amazing guys. In my opinion, one of the premier and best content creators on YouTube in the e-ink space right now, Dave over at Tablet Tech, and of course e-ink enthusiast Javier. And I hope he keeps making e-ink content. I didn't even know Javier was putting out content, but I went and checked him out. Enjoyed his video last night. First person to put a video out on the 10.3, so that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
And then Dave over at Tablet Tech, he put his out. He's the second review that I checked out, and the second review, honestly, that you can find on YouTube with the Go 10.3 Gen 2 Lumi, like the actual review, tablet in his hand, telling you guys everything about it. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about some remarkable paper. Blah,
blah blah blah.
We're going to talk about some remarkable paper pure. They got to do something with these names.
See, when I said that though, you looked at me like I was crazy.
We're going to get into some remarkable paper pure conversations. We're going to talk about a reaction to Kid's Live he had yesterday. We're going to discuss a couple of things, maybe what we think it's going to be. Talk about this price point they're talking about. I got a hot take, and I might be right. I'm probably going to be wrong. I think everybody's going to say I'm going to be wrong, but if I turn out to be right, I'm going to need at least 100 likes. And then we're going to talk about the Supernote Manta. We're going to talk about my first week daily driving the Supernote Manta. I have been using the Manta as my main tablet for this past week. So we're going to talk about some first impressions about that, how I feel about it.
Hey, She Ink, welcome
things like
over.
That. What's going on, She Ink? And then we're going to end it out with just a random open discussion about some tech. Talk about some new tech I picked up. We're going to talk about Kindle Scribe. We'll see what Sweetie still thinks about it, if she's still as excited as she was when she got it. And then she has her own segment. I forgot to tell her before we started.
Excuse me? What now?
You have your own segment.
I have my own segment on your.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a segment you're used to. We're gonna incorporate your Sin of the Day segment into my live streams.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I mean, I'm here for it because I do love a good scent.
You do love a good scent.
I do.
She Ink, what's going on? So hey, you know what? You guys have heard me ramble enough. We're gonna hop into the topics. Hey, now the one thing I did do is use my Supernote Manta for my show notes or my show outline today. I usually do this on a 10.3. I usually do it on a 10.3, and then when I come do my show, I just grab the Note Air 4C, and then I use the Note Air 4C during the live because it's a little dark in my room. I try to set a mood. I don't know if it works out, but I try to set a mood. So yeah, I got it in a place where I can at least see it because it doesn't have a front light. But you know what does have a front light? Go 10.3 Gen 2, the Lumi. So, first impressions of the Lumi based off of some videos that we saw from Javier and Dave over at Tablet Tech. Let me know in the chat what you guys think if you guys have checked it out. And if you haven't checked it out, go hit those 2 links. So, I'm excited about what I saw. When it comes to the elephant in the room, because we all know what we were worried about. When it comes to the 10.3, I mean, bill-wise, the 10.3 was a premium tablet. And we saw from Book's promotional videos, it pretty much looked like the same 10.3, maybe some changes to a couple of logos here and there. But for the most part, it looked like the same build quality we're used to. Screen looked pretty good on those promo videos. So I wasn't worried about that. It's a premium tablet, one of the more premium tablets out there. When it comes to the UI or the software, and just the user experience, I wasn't worried about that either. To me, the 10.3 is one of the, well, to me, my opinion, my personal opinion, not reviewer Aaron opinion, just user of e-ink Aaron opinion.
User Aaron.
It's the most versatile tablet that you can get on e-ink. It's a dual device. You can do everything with it. I don't think there is a workflow that you have that you can't do on the 10.3. So in regards to what it can do, I wasn't worried about what the tablet could actually do. My main concern was the writing. They switched to active stylus, so I was concerned about that. As someone who got the Go 7, I was excited about having a smaller note taker within the book's ecosystem. And once I got it in my hand, the writing disappointed me. Some of it, I think, was the fact that I had to search and hunt for a styli to use with it, opposed to one that books offered that I couldn't order. And, the other piece was the glassy surface. It wasn't a real writing surface. And then the active tech, or the whatever powers the active styli tech. Y'all know I don't know the real names. That was it was trash. Be honest with you, it was trash. So I was a little concerned. And then, some credible reviewers, I heard the Tab XC was better, but it wasn't, it wasn't great. And then I heard the Palma 2 Pro was good, but that thing's the size of a cell phone. So I don't know how you can, really just write right. So to have a tablet as good as the 10.3, I was like, please don't mess this up with horrible pen tech. But everything that we're hearing so far says, hey,
all systems are go.
This active stylus tech is pretty good. I was hoping for remarkable. To me, out of all the active styli I've used, I don't count the Apple Pen as active. I don't know why. It probably is. I know it's a different type of tech. That works fine. It's just a glassy surface. But the Remarkable's the bar for me. So my thing was, as long as it's close to being as good as Remarkable, I can deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard it's on par with Remarkable and could be better. So I don't know, man. What we got in the chat? I see the chat moving. What we got?
Ed has stepped in the building. So
What's up, Ed?
Ed says, I'm looking forward to testing out the Lumi and seeing long term what the writing quality is. So far, I'm encouraged. Be encouraged.
Ed, you got yours? Ed, have you received your review unit? I'm ready to see what you're gonna say. You don't sound like you're as excited about what we saw as I am. Long term, Ed. Look, if I get this thing and I write my name, and if the pen tech is fine, on par with EMR, Remarkable, I'm good. Because I'm pretty sure if it just works long enough for me to write my full legal government name, the one my mother would call when she's mad at me, that she still does, by the way. If by the time I get to the last S on Williams, hey man, if it's good, I'm good. And what we saw seemed pretty good. Dave and Javier and Dave both did writing samples, and it looked good. Latency looked fine, or lack of it, or whatever that real term is. I don't know. It looks like it has a good writing surface too. Has a nice like pencil on paper sound, and it. From what I saw on camera, it looked like it was just as good as EMR. Definitely looked like it was on par with Remarkable. They did line wobble test.
A who?
Line wobble. Apparently,
what the heck is a line wobble?
Look, apparently, active pen tech has line wobble that I think the software corrects it.
Oh.
Apparently, Remarkable has it now. Excuse me. I've never noticed it or seen it, but then again, I don't draw and sketch on my Remarkable Paper Pro Move. One, when I want to do sketches or any kind of drawing shape thingies like that for any kind of design I'm doing, I go grab the 10.3 or the Note Air 4C, and we have shapes, so I use that. So I'm not saying there isn't line wobble with active and Remarkable. Smarter people who put cameras or microscopes on these things, they've seen it. So I'm not debating that. I just I just in regular use, writing, just regular everyday normal use, like a normal human being uses it. I don't see it. So, like, I don't honestly, I don't see or feel a difference between when I'm using the Move and then I use EMR, and even when I hop on the Remarkable 2 and open up my notes that I started on the Move, like my hand right now looks the same. So, what we got in chat?
So he says, no, I do not have it yet. Encouraged is all I can say until I have it. Javier said there was a wobble. He says, I trust Dave and Javier, which is why I am encouraged.
Ed, man, I feel you. Well, I ain't encouraged. I'm excited.
I guess I'm not a normal human being. LOL, actually, that has been said. Oh my gosh.
Hey, man, look, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? If Dave from Tablet Tech told me it's better than Remarkable's Active, that's all I need to hear. I'll buy it blindly. Because I know Dave is going to be unbiased and actually be honest about the review. If there was line wobble or if it wasn't that good, he would tell us. There's no reason that he's going to gas us up or gaslight us or anything like that. Now, if like the little AI dude from books, it looked like his arms too big to actually use e-ink tablets. If he would have told us, or like AI Catherine, or like one of them dudes that normally reviews camcorders, and then they were telling me how great this tablet was, then I'll side out. But Javier and Dave, all right, I'll take your word for it. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get it in my hands. Excited to test it out. Like I said, everything else, um, I know what it does. So something I'm excited about, and I'm happy that they didn't do. Now I know there are some people who don't like the fact that between the tablet models or tablet categories, lines, whatever you want to call it, the UI presentation or the software is slightly different. So like when you have the Note Air 5C or the Note Max or the Tab XC, they have a launcher or different setup for like your homepage. But then when you hit the Go 10.3 and the Go 7, there's not a real true homepage. There's no launcher or widgets. It's just it's a different presentation of the UI and the home screen. I know some people wish that books was unified with that.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, it doesn't bother me. One, so I'm not gonna say I'm glad it's not or I wish it was. It doesn't bother me. I just prefer the layout of the Go series, like the Go 7, the 10.3. I prefer the layout of that home screen situation that is lacking a true launcher, and you can even say it's lacking a true home screen. I like that better than the other lines. So, and I like it better that way because of I guess how I set up my tablet. Um, I don't use the nav ball, even though it's a good resource. I don't use the nav ball. One, and then I usually set up. I turn off pretty much all the gestures except my bottom toolbar in my e-ink center. That way, when I swipe down to open up my e-ink center, my e-ink center and my bottom toolbar opens up, and then I've customized that bottom toolbar for my back button, my home button, my refresh button. And so the reason why I like that is because that allows you to pretty much set up your tablet to access whatever areas of the tablet you most use. So for me, it's the Notes app. So when I hit that home button, it's gonna go to my Notes app as like my home screen, and from there, I have it set up to my favorites, and that's what I use to quickly access those notes that I'm gonna be using frequently throughout the week. I just add them as my favorites, so I can just two swipes, boom, I'm there to pick whatever note I need to get into. If you're someone who uses the Neo reader more, you can set it up to your reader, the Neo reader, and you can set up the same way you did with the Notes app with your favorites, or you can have certain bookshelves organized how you want. If you're a person who uses a lot of third party apps, you set it up to be your apps as your home page. That way you can jump back to the apps and hop into whatever apps that you frequently use. So I'm glad they didn't change that. I was a little afraid that they were going to change it and unify all of the software because a lot of people want that, and I'm glad it didn't happen.
Dave.
What
Hi,
you got?
Dave.
Oh, it's Dave. What's up, Dave?
Take it back up to Ed. Dave didn't say there was a wobble. He said he was going to let us decide. Again, not here to argue. Just want to test it.
Ed, I didn't say anything about it not being a wobble. I didn't say if it. I said they tell me that active has a wobble. All I said was I don't see a wobble in my normal everyday use. Now, if Dave said there's a wobble, there's a wobble. I didn't say he didn't say it wasn't a wobble.
Dave didn't say there was no wobble.
I didn't say anything about someone saying the wobble. I said they say active has wobble.
Jesus.
Okay?
Okay.
And all I'm saying is when I use my remarkable, I don't see no wobble in my normal everyday use, but I'm not saying there isn't wobble.
Okay.
There you go.
And then Sheen says, can't wait to see that, Aaron. Need your opinion on this. I'm guessing the wobble.
I don't care about the wobble.
Dave says, can we just back up and start over? Because he fell asleep and joined late.
I almost fell asleep too.
Dave, we finished pizza and movie early. What movie did you watch?
Yeah, what movie did you watch? And what kind of pizza did you have?
See, I wanted pizza today.
Sweetie wanted pizza, but we were at Costco, and Costco only sells pepperoni and cheese.
They really need to up their pizza game. Sam's has them beat on the pizza game.
They do. But, so, yeah. Dave, quick recap. The quick recap was I was afraid that the Pentec was going to be trash. Everything else with the Go 10.3, I wasn't afraid of because I know how good the tablet is. And I was excited when I saw you and Javier's videos of how good the handwriting looked. And you guys did line tests. And I'm excited about getting it in my hands. And then I went on this whole diatribe about how I'm so excited that they didn't change the home screen. I'm glad they didn't unify the tablets. I know some people like that. And I understand why some people would like it. So I'm not saying that it's a good thing that they didn't unify it. I personally am glad they didn't unify it. So, although I thought that the Gen 2 10.3 would have launched with the 4.2, but I guess they haven't. I guess they're not ready to push that out to other tablets yet. What else you got, babe?
Sheen says she was talking about the writing experience on the 10.32.
Yeah, I'm excited. So it looks like it's good. So like I said, if Dave telling me it's on par, Dave said it's better than Remarkable. So
the movie was called Max from 2015. Is that about a dog?
I think it is.
Is Max about a dog? I feel like it's about a dog. Was it the army dog? The military dog? Again, and yeah, what kind of pizza was it? I'm only because I really wanted pizza. Little Caesars, cheers, came in town. May get me hurt this close to Chicago.
Yeah. You too close to Chicago to be eating Little Caesars. That's like for us in Texas in the South, where we don't have. Well, I don't know. We have decent pizza, I guess. Little Caesars, I don't know.
The Marine Corps dog. They had to get him across the. Did not watch it, but I heard it was great. Oh yeah.
You know what? I'm excited that. So this is the other thing I'm excited about. I'm excited that Books gave us two versions of this Gen 2 10.3. Because there are a lot of people who wanted a black and white tablet with a light. So that's going to satisfy those users who really needed the light. Like I know Dave at Tablet Tech is somebody who loves the light on the tablets, and it's been I don't know if any 10-inch tablets that are just black and white that aren't that aren't I don't know if any 10-inch black and white tablets that have a front light that are at least good and useful. So that's cool. We finally got the front light. I wasn't too worried about the gap. I feel like there are going to be some people who are going to get on here and they're going to complain about the distance from pen to screen because of the new addition of the light. I feel like no matter how good the active stylus is, somebody's gonna be upset about it. But I mean, people have their opinions. I can't wait to get this thing in my hand. So I'm glad they have two versions. I'm glad they have the front light and the non-front lit. I'm also glad the Kindle Scribe has that because I think I want to get the black and white non-front lit Kindle Scribe.
Dave says he find myself using it with the light off.
So you know what? I do the same thing with the Note Air 4C and the AI Paper Mini. If I'm in enough light, now when it comes to the AI Paper Mini, I can just be in the room. If I'm in the room with my normal ambient lights on, I don't have the light on the tablet. Note Air 4C is a little different because it's a color tablet, so you have to have a little bit of light depending on how bright or non-bright the room is. Now, when I go sit outside, I sit outside a lot and do some writing. When I have the Note Air 4C, I don't have the lights on. Although, it's still a little gray and dark. Even in the, outside in good light, it still gets still darker than you would. It's darker than what I would like. But, it shows well. The colors really pop when you're outside with that tablet.
Oh, wow.
But I can see you not using it unless you really need to. Now it will come in handy for me, because even though I have the smaller tablets at work, there are times when I do have the full size tablet when I'm walking around the hangar and I need to take some notes on some stuff. And depending on where I'm at, if I'm inside the hangar, it's so much light, too much light. But if I have to go to the ramp for anything, it's a little dark out there. It's still light out there, but they're like hidden pockets of darkness. That's when the move and AI paper come in handy. And I can imagine what you do, Dave. That you might run into pockets of low light conditions as well. So having that full size tablet, with that front light is going to work great. And then if you're anything like Sweetie who likes to read it at night in the dark, now you can have that light. Something I noticed with the videos as well is that the Gen 2 is a lot snappier and faster. I know it has a different it's a quad core processor this time. So I know it should be a little bit faster, and it looked faster. Moving pages through the manga looked fast. So, Sweetie, I know how you feel about your Kindle page turn.
You know it.
And Dave over at Tablet Tech, he was looking he was reading The One Punch Man. That was funny. He was like, I picked up a manga called The One Punch Man, but he doesn't read manga, so he doesn't really know what One Punch Man is. I laugh from a good place.
What is One Punch Man?
It's a you don't watch anime.
I don't.
He's a superhero, man.
That will knock you out. One person. He only punches once, and you're out for the count.
He's pretty strong. Pretty strong.
That's how I punch.
Yeah, you do.
One hit a quitter.
See, that's what they hold on now. This is a family broadcast, okay?
I know, but I'm just, I'm just putting it out there, Anyway,
page turn looked great, and I believe in Javier. If you pop in, let me know. I don't know if he was in Kindle. Javier probably really has like manga, so he probably like has legit manga from somewhere. But it looked good. Also, don't feel bad about not knowing that you're supposed to read manga right to left instead of left to right. Hold on. Yeah. No, you read manga backwards instead of the other way that we're used to. When I first picked up a manga, I was confused myself. So don't feel bad, Dave. What we got in
Dave found one bug.
So far. Yeah, and that's expected. There's no perfect tablet either. So
there's the AI features are not working, such as scribble to erase, smart lasso, shape detection. Can't even toggle them on. Wait a minute. That face. What was that face, sir?
Well, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to get fixed. How big of a problem? So when I get to my Manta first week review situation, That's how you're gonna know, because I love my scribble to erase in my smart lasso, because I don't like touching the tablet. I don't like touching the tablet. I really don't care about going to go grab something off the toolbar, but scribble to erase and smart lasso are great for me. So, but again, I'm pretty sure it's gonna get fixed. Now, I hope it gets fixed. Oh Jesus, somebody! I can hear it now, man. The books haters, the books haters, man. They gonna find something, and then their leader, Lord of Books Hate, is gonna have a field day.
Not look
I said that out loud.
very much so out loud.
So I'm excited. And you know what, Dave? I also saw that this folio that they have still has the flap. I don't know about this flap that this folio has. I've never owned a book's official folio. I have third party folios. I don't like those books official things. So yeah, excited about that. PenTech seems like it's good. What else did I have here? So it seems like it's much faster than the 10.3. Well, it's faster than the 10.3. I've noticed the more files I have on my 10.3, the closer I get to my storage being full, it slows down. So I try to do some file management with that. Seems like the screen looks a little better. So yeah, cool with that. So yeah, looking forward to seeing some more videos from Dave and Javier put some more stuff out, and I am excited to see these content creators when they start getting their tablets in from books, what they put out and things like that. So excited about that as well. Next thing we're gonna roll into is the remarkable paper pure. What Dave say?
Dave says, "I hate the flap." He made sure he yelled.
Oh yeah,
I
no.
hate the flap.
Yeah, I do too.
I ordered some more of my stick on pin loop. You ordered some more of my stick on pin loops. What's the stick on pin loop?
It's what's on the Note Air 4C right there. You see that pin loop that's on it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. I know that is.
Yeah. I'm also excited that it's almost the same tablet build wise. I can still use my Jason Voorhees handmade, not handmade, but I bought the stickers and threw them on there. Excuse me?
It's 9/12.
What that mean?
I just want to tell you that it was 9/12.
Something happened at 9/13?
No.
Okay.
But something happened on 9/12.
What happened at 9/12?
I was born on 9/12.
Oh.
Duh.
I thought you meant like tonight.
No. My bad. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So yeah, remarkable paper pure. Kit had a live stream yesterday, and he talked about the remarkable paper pure. Kind of went over some rumors. They kind of went over what they think it's gonna be. He said he reached out to Remarkable, asked them, hey, you guys got a tablet coming out? If so, do you have any information that you can share that I can share? And they told him no, which I'm not surprised. So the rumor is, or I guess the rumor from the leak is that this thing is going to be a $250 device. Now, when I was doing some research, trying to find some information about it, I was getting a lot of rumors, a lot of information that I was getting, I couldn't verify. Now, I did employ the aid of Copilot to scrub the internet, use my AI agent to help me with some research. And I got some stuff back. And I actually got some pretty consistent stuff back from Copilot that you find in the rumor mill on Reddit. A lot of stuff Kit was saying is things that pulled up in my AI as well, like the $250 price point. Now, the one thing that kept popping up with my AI searches is that the Paper Pure is going to be a tablet that is smaller than a Paper Pro. And they even said smaller than the Move, which I don't know. So it said it's smaller than the Paper Pro. Then it said it's smaller than the Move. When it said it was smaller than the Move, I just assumed AI was lying to me. Okay? But it kept saying it. But it also consistently said it would be sub 10 inches. So I'm like, okay. It's going to be black and white, from my understanding. Excuse me. So it's going to be black and white from my understanding. I keep seeing this $250 price point. It's called the Paper Pure. They're not calling it the Remarkable 3. They're calling it the Paper Pure. It's remarkable. So they're not going to give us a 10-inch black and white writing tablet for $250. They're not going to do that. I mean, the Remarkable 2 is not even $250 right now new. Like if you can buy that thing from Best Buy, you're still going to pay $400, what, $489 or something like that. Maybe $499, who knows. So they're not going to give us a new tablet that should be the next black and white tablet after the Remarkable 2 at 10 inches for $250. I don't believe that.
Mitchell says 250 isn't from the leak. A lot that AI is garbage based on media, garbage based on a single tweet.
Which I do believe you. A lot of the AI lied to me. I don't believe AI at all. I believe, matter of fact, when I do an AI search, I am assuming AI is lying to me. Okay?
It says, I don't think there is any way there would be 250 unless Remarkable is using it as a loss leader and trying to go mass market with low margins. They are the only pure writer that could.
I agree. They're not going to give, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to give us a 10-inch tablet at 250. Now, what I do think they will give us at 250 is a legit e-reader. I mean, you got the Palmer Pro 2. You got Wee Woods with their reader. You got these little bitty tiny readers that everybody's going crazy about. Hot take. Even though I know Dr. Ling has said I'm foolish and crazy to think this, I'm pretty sure Mitchell is going to tell me that I'm drunk. But if that price point is $250, I would not be surprised if they make a legit compact e-reader that will satisfy everybody screaming about how trash the e-reader is on the Remarkable platform.
Mitchell says, I don't know that the AI lied to you, but the likes of good e-reader is just printing fabrications.
Oh, I don't even entertain good e-reader anymore. So, but you're right. Good e-reader could have been the father of the lies, and then AI went to good e-reader because I'm not gonna go there. But I've seen this up and down Reddit a little bit too. And then I asked, Copilot on multiple days, and then I even tried to, trick Copilot and ask it in different ways. I don't know how, I don't know if I can out trick AI yet, but I tried.
It says the only reason Books works as a phone size reader is because of Android.
I mean, I don't need Android to have a legit e-reader though. I just need a legit e-reader that will. I just need something. I need something that I can load my EPUBs on. No, well, hold on. I'll take that back. You might be right because I also think if you're going to give me a standalone e-reader without note-taking capabilities, I want to be able to lease. I want to be able to at least get like Kindle app or something else. And I guess they could do something kind of like because okay, technically Supernote doesn't have Android, so you have a curated list of third party apps that they've included the Kindle app, but you don't have Android Google Play Store capabilities to get new apps. I mean, if they come out with a legit e-reader with maybe Kindle already on there and Libby and some of the other things, it could work. And I could see that being $250. But I don't see them giving me something I can write on at 10 inches for $250. That's crazy. I had the Palmer 2 and I sent it back.
You did?
I have no use for a phone size e-ink device because I don't want to use it like a phone. And at that time, I had to be on Wi-Fi, and it's no use to me if I have to always be attached to Wi-Fi. Plus, I'm kind of blind, so I think the smallest thing I want to read on is like a 7.8 inch, 8.2 inch device. Anything smaller than that, anything smaller than the paperweight, I don't want to read on anyway. What we got in chat?
Let's see. Android Authority, this is from Ed, was talking about it, and I think they are still credible. Mitchell says they don't give a crap about reading. And T.E. Lockett has joined the chat.
What's up, T.
I
Lockett?
see Remarkable launched their sale again on the RM2, and it comes in with Supernote does have Android, just not Google Play. And you can sideload all of the apps you mentioned. I have them. I just use F-Droid and the Aurora Store instead of Google Play.
I'm not doing any of that, Ed. You are correct. You can't do that.
Remarkable is Linux.
Yeah, I know. I know. Remarkable was Linux, but I know Remarkable's Linux. But see, and now and I don't. And see, I know there's some people that do something with Linux because they use it as a gaming. I don't look. I'm not that smart, and I'm also not that patient to do this whole side loading thing of apps on Supernote. So if it ain't on there now, it ain't gonna get on there. All I really need is Kindle on the Supernote device. If I need a Google Play app, no, I'll pick up the Go 10.3 or the Wii Woods. I mean, it doesn't look like it's that hard, but it sounds like a lot. When you just what you just said, F Droid and then Libby. No, he said F Droid.
F-Droid and the Aurora Store instead of Google Play.
Yeah, man, Apple got me spoiled, man. When I could just go type in Pizza Hut and the app pop up and I just hit download. I'm too lazy for all of that. That's a lot.
Supernote started with Linux.
Mm. So yeah, I think it might be a. He said E Ink Authority. I don't even know who those people are. Ed.
Super Android Authority.
Android Authority. I don't know who those people are. I know who Apple Authority is though. Yeah, so that's what we got with the Remarkable Paper Pure. So I'm excited about seeing what that device is. I don't. If it's a 10-inch device that you can write on as black and white at $250, I will be shocked. But I think it's going to be an e-reader. And Mitchell, they don't care, but I think too many of their customers care. I think they don't care enough to like. I think they don't care enough to do a software upgrade that will allow all of this stuff. I don't know. They might not care enough to put it on their full size tablet. They might want to be purist and say it's for distraction free writing, but you can have this e-reader that will allow you to be distracted by reading good books. Yeah.
It says side loading is so much easier now. Once you have those two apps, you have an app store experience.
Ed, I am sure you're right. I trust you and believe you.
But you're not doing it?
No.
They don't have the software development team to build an e-reader. That's for Mitchell.
Mitchell, you're wrong, Mitchell. After they had that Q&A session that we wasted our time going to, and they got backlash from it, they went out and hired some dudes last week, and they're working on it, Mitchell. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Because Mitchell is probably right.
I was wondering because you said it with such conviction though that you just knew they hired this team last week, and they've gone into developing, into research and development, and they're gonna put something out.
They need to just hire Mitchell. That's what they need to do. Oh, man, Mitchell be creating all kind of stuff. Oh, I got some questions for Mitchell and Jay, and I think the questions I have from them will excite them, and they might help me out with this venture that I want to do. Not
the right dudes.
That's what I'm saying. They need to hire you, man. They need to hire you. You can do it from home, man. Just work on it. Send the file to them. Do they still send zip files, people, or is it just Google Drive, Dropbox?
You'll come to the dark side, and we'll be soon, and we'll be I'm guessing loading apps within a week. It says losing, but I'm pretty sure it means loading.
I will never side load. Look, I will never side load an app on no.
The emoji that is at the end is really a evil laughing emoji.
No,
it looks like an evil laugh.
Look, if I can't open the Play Store and just hit download, I'm not gonna do it. It's already bad enough that I have to do it on like if I put a third party app or if I download something out the Play Store on my Note App 4C, I think I have to download it again on the books 10.3. My phone, if I just download like Pac-Man on my phone. When I open up my iPad, it's gonna tell me just to, do you want this here too? I can say yeah. What Miss Sharon say?
Sharon says, I'm a newbie and I am going to side load a couple of apps. Then Ed comes in saying, you are never going to get a remarkable either. LOL.
I like Remarkable though. See, I was mad too because I let these some of these content creators just lie to me, just straight up lie to me, telling me how limited it was. They don't know. They just was mad. But never mind. And I experienced it for myself, and I was like, man, this Remarkable is really remarkable, and I'm so excited about it. But now I have a Manta. That's a big step for me, even buying the Manta, and I'm enjoying it. I'm not sideloading nothing. I have a tablet that works beautifully if you want to add third party apps. Just simple. One swipe. You know that one dude that complains about swipes? If you have to swipe twice, it's such a big problem. It sounds like a big problem, Ed. I'm gonna stop being petty. Um,
Are you? Are you?
Google Play is what? I can't say that
Lets you
word.
push to multiple Android devices.
Yeah, Ed, I don't even like Android devices though. I only deal with Google Play because it's on the Books tablet. I wish I had an iOS e-ink tablet. The moment Apple decides to make an e-ink tablet that is going to run iPad OS, I'm not touching any other e-ink tablet again. They need to do it. AI told me that Apple is working on a e-ink screen. Yup, they told me that, and then I saw it somewhere on Reddit. The moment that e-ink tablet from Apple comes out,
It says you're an Apple fanboy all the way.
what? You didn't know, Ed?
And he is. And he is.
Ed, Ed. When these Apple smart glasses come out, you know who face they're gonna be on? I mean, I'm gonna still use my Oakleys though, in my Ray Bans, but
If you sideload Aurora, this is from Dave. If you sideload Aurora Store, then installing apps acts just like Google Play Store. Watch me wind Aaron up. I'm with you, Aaron. Apple all the way. Sharon. They gonna wind you up, Aaron.
no, they're not.
Oh, it's coming.
No, no, they're not. But yeah. So, and since before Ed leaves, I'm gonna roll into my Supernote Manta first week, first thoughts. So let's dive into it. So, what do you say?
I love when Apple people act like getting messages on the computer from their phone hasn't been on Windows for years.
I wouldn't know because I haven't used a Windows computer for years if it's not work. So, and I just only go to Microsoft Word and Internet Explorer. I couldn't tell you, Ed. Sorry. It's been Macs and iPhones for me. Now, the only other phone that I want is a BlackBerry. That's why I want this Clicks communicator. I miss my BlackBerry. I miss my BlackBerry and I miss my Sidekick.
I never had a sidekick.
Yep.
I didn't get the BlackBerry either.
Oh man, I felt like I was important with the BlackBerry. Oh, and then I had the little Nextel chirp. Bloop, bloop. You know what I'm talking about? You chirp your homie in class. Bloop, bloop. Hey, what y'all skip school today? Yeah. Well, I always skip class. So yeah, Supernote Manta first week review. So I finally got into a flow with the Supernote Manta. It took me about a day or two to really get into a flow, but it's not because it has nothing to do with the tablet. It has everything to do with me. I just was a little busy, and there were some things that I needed to work on, so I just pulled out to 10.3 because I didn't have time to be exploring new tech at the time. But once I settled in, I enjoy it. What she ain't say?
She misses her sidekick so much.
I know.
Sharon says she's loving her Nomad.
Yeah, the Nomad's pretty good. Nomad's good. And I'm gonna have a Nomad here. So delivery said it should be here Monday. So
Oh, and Ed says his best friend loved BlackBerry.
Huh?
Ed says his best friend loved BlackBerry.
Yeah, BlackBerry was pretty cool, man. You were like a business person if you had a BlackBerry now. I don't want to talk about that business.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like my BlackBerry. BlackBerry Pearl with the little nav ball in the middle.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, Supernote Manta. Once I got settled in my workflow, I enjoyed it. First takeaway was the writing feel. You guys know when I had the Nomad, the first look at the Nomad, what do you say?
I was a poor boy looking at a BlackBerry.
It always had a job. I always had some sort of job. You know what I'm saying? And I was a rapper, so I had to look the part. Now I had the BlackBerry. There might have been a couple of weeks where it didn't work. Okay, all right. But I had one. Oh, you know what else I had? And then I'm gonna get to the map to the map that I really loved, but there's no reason for me to have one now. But I think the Clicks communicator is like the BlackBerry and this device rolled in one. The two-way pager. You remember that, Dominique? Because you had the beeper, right?
I did have a beeper.
And then you evolved from the beeper to the two-way pager. It was text. All it was when you flip it up and you could like text back and forth now. Still get like a page, but then it had like weather updates, stock updates, news, and all of that.
I
But it was
remember
just
it.
a basic. I'm sorry, it was just a basic interface. You know what I'm saying? It probably was like it was no bigger than my power bank. It probably was smaller than this, and it had a little small flip up screen, keypad. You could text your homie or whatever. Hey man, what time the club open? Oh yeah, we gonna be there till when? Them young ladies coming too. Boom. And then hit send. And then you can see if it's gonna rain, so you know if you can wear your Jordans or not. You know what I'm talking about? And then, you know,
What, Aaron?
yeah. You didn't you're
I didn't have those devices. Charlotte wasn't having it. It says he stole it because he has to get to the car and like he has to move to the car in like 5 minutes, and the Manta is all about him, me.
Oh yeah. So Manta, here we go. So with the Manta, y'all know when I had the Nomad, I wasn't a fan of the writing feel. Now, I said that the writing feel was good, probably the best in e-ink, depending on who you talk to, and I wouldn't argue that. I just didn't like the Nomad. But Ed did tell me that the Manta Feel Right 2 writing feel is different from the Nomads. He was correct. I actually enjoy the writing feel of this Manta. And I'm using the Lamy AL Star with the Rants About Tech Crystal Nib. Now, it's not because the Heart of Metal 2 is a bad pen. Heart of Metal 2 is one of the most premium pens that you can find. It's a great writing pen. It feels great when I use it. The problem is the Heart of Metal 2 is a little bit heavy for me when I do some long format writing. So that's why I opt to use the Lamy AL Star. The other reason why I use the Lamy AL Star is because it has the programmable button. Now, Manta has gestures. Gestures on your sidebar sliders. You got your lasso erase with your two fingers. You got your smart lasso with your two fingers. Put it in the right spots on the tablet. I haven't had any issue with the gestures. I know Rod and Rants About Tech says the gestures are trash. I see people complaining on Reddit about the gestures. I haven't had any issue with the gestures, so it's probably user error for those people who are having those issues. But I don't want to touch the tablet. I just want to write. Maybe books have spoiled me. I don't know. Maybe Star spoiled me. I don't know. Maybe the Kindle Scribe has spoiled me as well. Because all of them have programmable buttons and scribble to erase smart lasso features. Yeah. But
If
I
he
have
stop rushing, he's going to enjoy this.
okay. But the so I have my Lamy button programmed to the smart lasso. So I don't have to touch the tablet to use gestures. So I'm excited about that. So writing feel is cool. What else did I say here? So the writing feeling is cool. When it comes to my workflow, I haven't had to modify I have not had to modify my workflow, honestly. Honestly, I have the same use case and workflow as I do with the 10.3. Only difference is when it comes to indexing out, I don't have the use of the outline, but I use headers as my table of contents. Um, the only issue is they don't export out to a PDF as a TLC. But I mean, eh. If there's anything that I'm doing on this tablet for the next month while I'm daily driving it exclusively that I need to add to my work that I have on the 10.3, I'll just export the page, move it to my books tablet, add that page to the appropriate place where it needs to go within my organization and call it a day. So workflow wise, I can run 98% of my workflow on the Manta that I do with books. It's only like two super specific things that I need books for that uh Supernote I can't do it, but it's not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker at all. To be honest with you, if I didn't have the tools to do that on books, I would just find a way to do it on the Manta. Or if I somehow lost all of my books, tablets in a boating accident, I'm pretty sure that I could just find a workflow with the Manta that would work just as good. So it's a capable tablet. Workflow really hasn't changed. I'm not a fan of the presentation of the UI, but the UI works great. And even the presentation of the UI thing is just, I don't know, me being shallow. I like the side sliders, so I do like that. I like the side sliders. Um, when it comes to the quick access menu and that whole home screen, small, I don't know, landing page thing you get when you swipe the right slider, I don't like it. It works. So, and this is a personal situation. If we were talking like Aaron reviewer, reviewer talking to the masses, the quick access menu is great. I see great value in that quick access menu. My personal use case, I hate it. Probably because I just like, probably because I just like the way I can navigate my files on Remarkable and books slightly better than Supernote. Not saying that it's bad. It's good. Supernote has great organization. So it's not me saying the tablet doesn't work good. It's just my personal preference. From a reviewer standpoint, organization is fantastic. Quick access menu is great. What we got in chat, sweetie?
T Lockett says I prefer my Crystal Nomad. My Manta is already doing what my A5X did, and that's the discoloration, and it mostly stays in the house. The Nomad Crystal feels more premium. I'm guessing. Love the weight of the Manta.
I'm glad you brought that up. So I was gonna let it be a surprise. Yeah, so I got a crystal manta that's coming Monday. I'm glad you brought it up. So when it comes to the actual build and design, I like the design of the manta. I think the manta itself has a great build. Like it doesn't feel cheap, but it's funny because when the manta came, I wasn't at home. I told Sweetie to open it, and Sweetie was like, "It looks fake." Isn't that what you said?
I think I probably did.
Yeah, Sweetie's like, "It looks fake." I'm like, "Why it look fake?" And she's like, "It's plastic." And I was like, "Yeah, it's
Like a
plastic."
toy.
Yeah, she said it looked like a toy. And to me, I said this with the Nomad. To me, the Manta isn't premium. It's a great design. The modularity is great. It doesn't feel cheap in my hand, but I don't think it's a premium bill. I think it's like that tech that make this built rugged for the outdoors. I think it's built like that. It's built to be like sturdy. It's built to hold up to drops and stuff. Like I feel like I can take this mountain and just toss it in my bag and not worry about it. It's not premium. Like the Remarkable 2 is premium. The 10.3 is premium. The Penstar eNote is premium. The AI paper platform, iFly Tech platforms, they're premium. I think the Manta is a great design with the modularity. I think it's quality built. I wouldn't call it premium though. I think it's a better looking, better design Mobi Scribe Wave, a durable tablet.
Mm.
That's what I think.
Uh-oh. It's gonna pick up in his car in a minute. Sharon says I set up a con. Jesus, I have hiccups. I set up a contents and link to my docs. Ed and Kit showed this organizational tool. Lockett says, me too. I like the ease of the Remarkable more than my Supernote, but it's great. David says, you don't have to use the quick access, just navigate through the file system instead.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I don't use that quick access thing.
Lockett says, oh, geez, don't do that. That screen will break too, lol.
Oh, I'm pretty sure the screen will break because I think somebody in the Rants About Tech community, their screen broke.
Because he dropped it?
I think, yeah. Oh, he did drop it. Yeah, he dropped it. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first got my 10.3, I was making some content, and I dropped my overhead camera directly in the middle of the screen. Now the screen didn't crack, but something behind the screen got messed up, and the pixels were everywhere. But I was within my return window at Amazon, so I called Amazon and I was like, "Hey man, I bought this tablet. I really love it. It works great, but the screen just did something crazy, and it shouldn't do this. I just bought it. I paid at that time what $385 for this thing." And they were like, "Hey, don't worry about it." And like that was in the morning. I was at work. That was that morning at work. By the time I got home from work, I had a new 10.3 on the porch. Man, I just packed that broken 10.3 up and threw it in there. So I say all that to say, if I break my 10.3, if the 10.3 gets broken or stolen, if the Remarkable 2 or the Remarkable Move gets broken or stolen, I'm going directly to the store and I'm buying another one. If the Scribe Color Soft gets broken or stolen, or left in the movies again.
Really? Really? Sir?
I'm gonna have to buy another one.
Get your life.
If the Manta gets lost or stolen, I don't know if I'm gonna run out and replace it.
Hi, Javier.
Javier to start the show. What's going on? What's going on, Javier?
He says, thank you, Aaron and Dave, for the shout out. Aaron, you won't be disappointed with the Go 10.
I know, man. If I don't get mine here in the next couple of days, we're gonna have to meet at the coffee shop. I'll buy you a coffee and let me set up my camera and record some stuff, man.
Go to the coffee garden. It's my new favorite.
Yeah, Javier. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what side of town you stay on, but look, me and Sweetie got this spot called the Coffee Garden we go to. If I don't have this Lumi in my hands by like Wednesday of next week, you're gonna have to pull up to the Coffee Garden and I'm gonna buy you a coffee. They serve adult beverages there too, so whatever you want, I'll set up the camera and we'll record some stuff. So yeah, the Manta's cool. Now, I don't really have any real beefs. I have some questions though. So, like I said, the first thing that I had that is not an issue. The first thing is just I don't like touching the screen, so I'm glad I can use I can program the smart button for the lasso. Second thing is keywords. So when I'm using my keywords,
She Ink.
What She Ink say?
We need this collab, guys. We need this collab.
Yeah, man.
I will pay for the coffee.
So when I pull up my keywords and headers, now I do like the way the headers are displayed. And I'm gonna go over this in depth in my review video that I put out. I like the way the headers are displayed. I like when I expand that, or I guess change the way it's displayed. It's pretty cool. Keywords. I like the keywords function as well. Now, when you make it a keyword, it doesn't highlight it or shade it in or anything. It just identifies that as a keyword. I wish that the Supernote platform or any platform that would allow you to identify a keyword, I wish that it would always identify that word, at least within that note, once you designate that as a keyword. So no matter where, let's say if I have 20 pages in a notebook, and that keyword has come up 5 times on different pages, I wish that it would just show me that. So prime example, let's say within my book I'm writing, my character is Vanessa. So, you know, in my writing, I identify Vanessa as a keyword, so that way every time Vanessa is brought up, I can see where that's at within my writing, and I can jump to that page. For me to do that I know of right now, every time I write Vanessa, I would have to then make that a keyword. I don't want to do that. Like if I make Vanessa a keyword once, then I would like the tablet to register that keyword every time it comes up. So when I go search or when I go to my organization here and then I go to keywords and then I see Vanessa, I want to be able to see Vanessa every time that keyword pops up within the notebook. I don't expect it across the entire tablet, but at least the notebook. I wish it did that. It doesn't do it. It's not a bad thing it doesn't do it. I just wish it did that. Mm. What we got in chat?
Javier says, I stay by MLK. Good. LOL. I can drop it off tomorrow if you want.
No, you ain't got to drop it off tomorrow, but if you stay in MLK, we can go out, you know what I'm talking about, chimichurri and get a whole wing dinner. You know what I'm saying? I like the barbecue rice and the fried biscuit with wings. You know what I'm saying? I don't drink the Kool-Aid because I'm a diabetic, but I get you that if that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? We can get a DVD out front still and some other stuff I can't mention on YouTube.
And Dave tells Javier, I believe you have legit launched your channel, getting shout outs from everyone. Keep posting.
Keep posting. Says,
thank you. I feel more motivated. I would definitely try to.
But nah, real talk though. Real talk. We definitely can link up somewhere in the city, sit down, have a drink, whatever, coffee, whatever, and then we can make some content. So I'm down with whatever.
Mitchell.
What Mitchell say?
Diabetics Unite.
Hey man, see Mental United in Houston, but if you from Houston and you go to Timotchan, especially the Timotchan off MLK, and if you get the Kool-Aid, let me tell you something. I don't know if it's called Kool-Aid anymore. It might just be like a beverage, a fruit drink, something. Don't do it to yourself. You're gonna if you take 2 sips in the restaurant. Well, first off, you shouldn't be eating in the restaurant. But if you take 2 sips between the counter when you get your bag and you get to the cart, your blood sugar gonna be 300.
Diabetic by the time you finish drinking it.
And if you're not diabetic, you're gonna be. And then okay, this is my last thing about this. The people who get the Kool-Aid when they go to Timotchan, these are the people who get the side of gravy and dip their wing in the gravy and then eat it. That's crazy. So yeah. I wish the keywords were searchable after I make it once. So like after I make that keyword once, I just wish that it would always. I wish it would just pick up wherever it would identify wherever you would see it. Stickers are just clip art. Okay. I know Ed is on the other side of the fence about this. See this? I enjoy using the stickers in my notes, not for anything important, for decoration and fun. Stickers are clip art. I know you can create your own stickers. I know that you can do useful things with the stickers. I know the stickers are very powerful tools. That's clip art. I made a little cloud and put a note in the cloud. That was useful, Ed. That's clip art.
Javier says Timmy is always packed, but yeah, we can. Ed says that's why real-time recognition notes are great because global and highlight.
I'm assuming you mean global search. So you mean to tell me global search doesn't work unless I have the real-time recognition notes on? So if I don't have it as a real-time recognition note, can I globally search on through my notes through keywords like I can on books? And Remarkable. Because I'm pretty sure you still can. But I had the real-time recognition on. And when I went to my keywords, it only pulled up the keyword that I identified, even though I wrote that keyword purposely. I just went through 10 pages and wrote the same word 10 times just to see if it did it. I mean, that's the test I did. I wanted to see if once I make it a keyword once, will I identify that word no matter where it's written within the notebook? Mm-hmm. So I wrote the name, made it a keyword. Actually, I wrote your name. I wrote Dominique. And I didn't just write Dominique. I wrote a whole sentence like Dominique Danielle Williams is Aaron Reed Williams' wife. I wrote that on 10 separate pages. I wanted to make sure I didn't copy and paste because I wanted to make sure I wrote it out separately. And then on page like 3, I didn't even pick page 1. I picked some obscure page 3. I made Dominique a keyword. And I just wanted to see if it would identify every time Dominique was written. And it only popped up page 3. Then I said, you know what? I'm going to do like 4 more pages because, maybe it'll pick it up after I made it a keyword. And it didn't work. I was sad. What'd it say?
I bet you that trait wrote it. What? On global search, you select handwriting. I bet you trait wrote it.
I don't know.
I bet you really wrote it. Oh.
No. I wrote Dominique. I wrote Dominique Danielle Williams is Aaron Reed Williams' wife.
Hey.
What?
Say my bull gummy.
I mean, your channel is called Dominique Unscripted, aka Dominique Danielle. So.
Whatever, dude. No one asked you all that, okay? Who asked you all that?
So yeah. So I noticed that so yeah, I don't have to change too much of my workflow. Now, I will say that and I don't think there's honestly, I don't really think there's a big difference between the Manta and the 10.3, or I don't really think it's that big of a difference between the Manta and Books products. Like, I know we do comparisons, and I know some people say Supernote is always number one. I'm not debating that. To me, my opinion, after week 1 of using it and after having some experience with the Nomad, I don't think one is really better than the other. When I'm comparing the 10.3 and the Manta, I don't, for at least my personal use case, I don't see my personal assessment, even as a reviewer, I don't think either tablet is just better than the other. I think they're 2 great tablets from platforms that allow you to do what you want to do on e-ink, and they do it at a good quality. I think they're both good quality tablets. I think when it comes to organization, they both are great at organization. Like, I don't think that Books is just greater at organization than Supernote, and I honestly don't think Supernote's better at organization than Books. I think they're both great at organization. I mean, right now the Supernote has the superior calendar app, but once 4.2 pushes to every Books tablet, that's not a thing anymore. Once that happens, I think both calendar apps are on par with each other. AI Paper still has the better calendar app out of all of them. I don't know about iFlyTech though. That would be a Dave question because he has the iFlyTech.
It says global search. You can pick text, handwriting, stars, keywords, etc., etc., etc. The Go 10.3 has always been the tablet I said I would own if Supernote didn't exist.
The problem is this though. I can't. Yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying, Ed. But my whole thing is, I see what you're saying, Ed. Um, the Manta can't replace the 10.3 though. For me, the Manta can't replace the 10.3. If I would have started with the Manta and then tried the 10.3, I could replace the Manta with the 10.3. Not because the 10.3 is so much better, only because I think the 10.3 offers me a couple of things that I can't get on the Manta. I don't think the Manta is offering me anything that I can't get or do on books. But I don't think that books 10.3 and the Manta are so different that I can sit here and say that this is way better than the other. I think they're both on the same level. I think if they were NBA players, they both would be all stars. And if they were all stars in the running for the MVP, they would be tied. Yep. Both have a good writing feel. Both have great organization. Both have a good build and quality build. Both are super functional. I think you can do more with the 10.3. I think from just like if I had to truly recommend someone after finding out what your needs are, like if you just ask me personally, I would say the 10.3 because you get a premium tablet, great organization, great functionality at almost the cheapest price point in eating when you're talking about these premium tablets. I mean, everything else is more expensive than the 10.3. Even when you look at the 10.3 Gen 2, now I'm getting a light added to it. Yeah, it went to active, but if if the active is just as good as remarkable or better, then that doesn't even matter. It only went up $50. I'll pay $50 for a front light if that's what I want. And even at that price point, it's cheaper than everything else. It's still cheaper than remarkable. It's still cheaper than AI paper. It's still cheaper than iFly Tech. It's still cheaper than the Kindle Scribe, and it's still cheaper than Supernote. And out of those 5 tablets that I just mentioned, the only tablet that probably comes close to what you can do with the 10.3 is the Supernote. Now, I don't know about iFly Tech. That's a Dave question because I haven't used the iFly Tech. So I can't speak on iFly Tech. AI paper, I like the AI paper platform, but it's not there yet in regards to being able to compete with books and Supernote. There are things that it does better than both books and Supernote, but overall, no, it's not on that level yet. You know, Supernote books are starters. The AI paper platform is maybe $6 million. The only other tablet that is cheaper than a 10.3, even Gen 2 that you can get is what? Pinstar eNote 2. You're not getting anywhere near the functionality. You can get a second gen Kindle Scribe, but unless you need a reader first and note taking is secondary, you know, yeah. What Ed say?
The book's library sync is a hot mess. Having to manually upload each file is a pain. I think if they fix the library and bookshelves, it would be a game changer.
I don't have a problem with it, and I'm still trying to figure out what you mean by having to load them manually. Because if I push something to the tablet, and the first time I cut my tablet on after it's been pushed, I just tap it once, and it's there. So if that's what you mean by adding it manually, I don't know how that's a hot mess. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not doubting you. I'm just trying. I don't know if I have the actual process of what you're doing because to me it's just boom. Oh, I need this book. I put it on a 10.3. Let me tap this once when it opens. I have to tap it anyway to open it. So I don't know. But yeah, it's a nice tablet though. I'm happy with it. So I'm happy to see what happens with my workflow next couple of weeks. And I'm excited about finding a use case for the digest. I think the digest is a powerful tool on the Supernote platform. I just don't know how I'm gonna use it yet because every way I want to use it, every way that I want to use the digest to me it's just easier if I'm doing that process on remarkable books. So I want to find a use case for the digest though. So I'm looking at how I can use the digest. I have one idea of how I would want to use it, which there's a function of my job that I actually could probably make easier with the digest. But so I'm gonna see how that looks. And that's only because I wouldn't be adding that information to any note. I would just strictly be using the digest. Um, what else we got? Oh wow. Oh.
Hmm. That's in the chat.
Uh.
Last thing in the chat about the game change. Oh, that's only in push. It's when it syncs. You have to tell it to push to the cloud. I mean things in the library, not push.
I gotta look at that because you also might use the library differently than I do. What do you say?
Say you had questions for me, Jay. That's Mitchell. You have questions?
Mitchell, I got questions for you and Jay. So, I've been wanting one of these free write things, which is this typewriter adjacent thing now. I want to make my own, but I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know where to start. So I'm gonna have to message you and Jay to figure out how to do this. I want to buy like a 7-inch or 8-inch e-ink screen. I want something like, I don't know. I want to buy an e-ink screen, and then I want to buy a keyboard, and then I want to buy everything I need to be able to run like a. I want to make my own like e-ink typewriter type situation. And I saw a dude that did this on YouTube. He 3D printed the case and everything. It flips. It's like, yeah, I want one. If you know what the free write is, I think I'm saying it right. I want to make my own version of that, and I don't know how to do it.
Okay, see, Locke says, I agree about the digest. However, I don't have a use case for it as well. I have used it, but that's not a pick it over other functions. I wish they fixed the sync between the two calendars. Oh, that's from Lockett. And then Mitchell says, do it with the move and a Bluetooth keyboard.
So you get what I want to do. You're right, but I'm. Oh, I see what you did there. See, that's why I said something. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. Oh, I see what you did there, Mitchell. I like it. Oh, I see what you did there. So you're eliminating me have to like create stuff from scratch. So all I really need to do is just go to eBay and find a move that somebody got mad that they don't like anymore because they thought it was going to be a great standalone tablet and they're going to sell it for cheap. And then I can just get a Bluetooth keyboard and then I can 3D print a case to make it fold like a little mini laptop. And then I can just take my little life away and it still is going to sync with everything else. You a genius, Mitchell. You need to work for Remarkable for real. Why didn't I think of that, sweetie?
I'm not sure.
Dang.
I'm not sure. It says, I agree with you from earlier on aesthetics. The Supernote is built for durability, although the Moby Scribe is a stretch. Supernote is way more elegant. Is a way more elegant design.
No, it's a better design. It's definitely a better design than the Moby Scribe Wave. But the Nomad next to the Wave, the Nomad looks like a. It looks like, yeah, you're right. It looks like a more elegant, better built tablet. But I would group. I would say the Nomad is the Nomad and the Manta. If they had like a 10-inch size Moby Scribe Super Wave, I don't know. I made that up. That will be premium of that class. I like the Moby Scribe Wave, Ed. It's nice. And it's waterproof. So if you're reading poolside and like a child bumps you, you don't have to be upset because like, oh, it's okay. My Moby Scribe Wave is waterproof.
Mm.
I think my Paperwhite is waterproof too, though. That's why you would read with it in the tub. Your little bubble bath, you read your little romance novels. I'm telling too much of your business. My bad. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm getting the Nomad in probably Monday, so I will unbox the Nomad because it's the Crystal Nomad, and that was the only Nomad I truly wanted was the Crystal Nomad. So, um, I'm excited about having the Crystal Nomad. I'm also excited about the modularity piece. I'm excited to see how that works when this new SoC comes out. So I'm excited about that as well. Um,
Mitchell says he sent a Reddit link in Rod's Discord.
Appreciate you, Mitchell. I'm gonna check that out. Let's see. I think we covered everything with the 10.3. We covered everything with the Paper Pure. It's gonna be an e-reader. We covered everything with the Supernote Manta so far. You know what? I also got to say, like, I know I've heard Ed speak about Supernote's customer service. This Mulan person on Reddit, they're pretty helpful. I think that's all I can say right now.
Mm-hmm.
This Mulan is pretty helpful though.
Bye.
Thorough, very thorough. Like quick response. Yep. Um, let's see. Open discussion. New tech. MacBook Neo. We talked about I had the Neo. I'm gonna do some more tests because the Neo works pretty good, and there's some things I've been doing with the Neo and my computer. I was just playing around with it because you know what, like with my iPad, a lot of times I'll have my iPad open on my desk when I'm working on my computer, and it's pretty cool because I don't know how this alien technology works. All I know is if I'm on my computer and I don't even know how the computer knows that my iPad is on the left side, and I just push my cursor to the left side, and then my cursor pops up on my iPad, and then I can type and use my cursor that's supposed to be linked to the Mac Mini, but it controls the iPad, right? Cool. Pretty cool. I don't know how it works. I just know it works. So I had the MacBook Neo open because I was doing something on the iPad on a laptop, and I walked in the house and the computer was on, and so I just said, you know what, I'm gonna just do this on the computer. But I wanted a file from the MacBook Neo, and I was like, I wonder if this will work because I was editing video. I have video on the Neo, so I pushed my cursor to the Neo just like I would push it to the iPad, and it worked. I was like, success. So then I went to the Finder. I found the video file I needed, and I just tried to drop it into Final Cut Pro like I would drag and drop any other file, and it didn't work. I was like, boo, that sucks. But then I said, I wonder if this works. So I took the file from the Finder on the MacBook Neo, and then I drug it across the screen and dropped it in the Finder on the Mac Mini. And you guys want to know something? It worked. The file transfer. It was magic. I don't know how it works. Mitchell, I'm pretty sure you can tell me, and it's probably not as amazing as I think it is. But the alien technology worked. So I'm excited about that. And that's why I use Apple products, not Windows. Um, so yeah, we'll talk about the Mac Mini. I'm gonna do an actual review on it. So I've never really done a tech review like on a computer or a laptop, but I'm gonna see how it works with the Mac Mini. I'm gonna see if people like it or if it only does like 20 views. Bought a new camera. I've been needing a new camera. I think I've maxed out the Canon T7. Me and Sweetie have been doing a lot more red carpet events, and other kind of like podcasting events and things like that. I'm actually I'm gonna dabble in shooting a couple of docs, and I'm gonna start with someone we know, Rod over at Rants About Tech, and I'm gonna start shooting more short skits. So I needed a better camera than the T7, and I also needed at least a multiple mirrorless or DSLR setup. So I went out and bought a budget camera first. So I went and got a Canon R50V. So I'm gonna see how that works. I stuck with Canon because I already have some Canon glass that I can use on the R50V with an adapter, and any other glass that I get, it's gonna work great. So I'm gonna see how that goes. Bought some new lapel mics because Jay said last live I needed some lapel mics. Jay and Mitchell accosted us.
We have those now.
We have those.
Did we use them tonight?
No, we did not. We're using our road podcast mic.
But we have them.
We have them.
Javier, you asked me a question.
What did Javier ask?
Any new books you can recommend?
Ooh.
Now, I just got several new books, but the one that I am most excited for is this one here, The Way of the Kings, Book 1 of the Stormlight Archives by Brandon Sanderson. Can you see it? Hold on. Hold the phone. Can you see it?
Go a little bit towards the wall.
There we go.
There we go.
So I have the physical copy. And I'm excited to start that. It is 1,000 pages.
Thanks, Ed.
It's a thick chick.
Enjoy your night, Ed.
It's a thick book. I have not started. I may have read one page, but I only reason why I haven't really gotten into it because I don't know if reading it would clash with my writing. That is the only reason why. But I'm so wanting to jump into this book. I heard it's a great series. It's a 5-book series, and each book is 1,000 pages. So now, if you want, I also have some wolf books over there that Mr. Williams bought for me that I'm also cannot wait to get into. But I know for a fact that those will clash with my writing. So I have not started.
I was supposed to start a book, and I haven't started it because we got too many other books I'm going to try out, and I don't know which one to go to yet. I haven't started reading another book since I finished. Oh, that's where we going tomorrow.
Where we going?
Project Hail Mary.
Oh, okay.
You got something to do I don't know about?
No.
Since I finished Project Hail Mary, I haven't started another book, and
I'm still waiting for you to read Property of the Streets.
Yeah, I'll read it next.
It's fine. You don't have to read it.
I'll read it. No, well, you didn't read the second part of Investor Alley
because we had an agreement, sir.
Yeah, you told me I got to read the third book, and if I like the third book, then you're gonna read the other two.
Exactly.
All right, you're right. All right. I'm gonna start the third book tomorrow.
You like the third book?
I'm gonna start the third book tomorrow.
I will go back and read book 2 and 3.
Cool. I'm gonna start it tomorrow.
But you,
if I like it,
have not started. You supposed to been read Product of the Streets, but that's neither here nor there.
Kindle Scribe, second week thoughts. What you got, sweetie?
I'm still loving my Kindle Scribe Color Soft.
What do you like most about it?
I like that I can go into my workspace and have everything, and I can move my notebooks after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you couldn't really do that once. It has to already. You can put a notebook within a notebook. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm saying this right, but I love that fact, and I've been kind of using that. And I could add pages in my notebook. I love that. I don't know that I did that before previously. What else did I love about this? I don't know.
Yeah, Mitchell, the book was good, Project Hail Mary. So I'm gonna go watch the. I'm gonna go see the movie tomorrow. Tomorrow or Sunday. Yeah. And from what I've seen from the trailers, it looks like it's spot on. So you can move from what to what, sweetie?
My files.
Oh yeah. The fact that you can merge the notebooks.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
That's amazing to me. Because that was annoying me previously that I couldn't. It was. Do that.
It annoyed me a little bit too, and I think that was one of the reasons why I moved away from the Scribe at first.
Yeah, because you said you needed a more.
I needed more functionality. I ain't gonna lie. And this version of the Scribe, I can use this as my daily driver. Like this version of the Scribe, it's like the little small subtle things they did. It doesn't seem like a lot, but the addition to the workspace, being able to merge your notebooks, um, and the integrations with Google Drive and stuff like that, that alone to me added enough functionality for this to actually be a legit note taker now to compete with other note takers. So I could actually run this as my daily driver.
So and also like I put a lot of my scripts um on the Kindle,
Yeah.
and but they would only be in the library.
Yeah.
And with this new function, I can move them into the workspace and put them in their own folder,
Yeah.
and makes it a lot easier for me to find when I'm on set looking for my scripts. And I was like, oh, where is it? Scroll up and down, yada yada yada. But yeah,
Now
I love that.
with the previous generations of the Scribe, you could have grouped all of your scripts in one place, but it's within the library, and it was a little clunky. Like it still was
Yes,
too many steps to get to it. To get to it with this, it's cool. I
it's right
can
there.
literally create a folder,
Mm-hmm.
and you can throw those 10 scripts in there. And if you have
Be done.
notes that you took about the production, you can have that in the same folder as well.
And I love that.
Yeah, I love that too. I like the fact that I can have notes, Kindle books,
Mm-hmm.
EPUBs, PDFs. Oh, and I can throw my audio titles in there as well, all in one place. So if I have my reading journal and notes that I took in the notes app, and then let's say it's horror month, I can throw all of my audibles and books in one folder, so I can just go to that folder. That's a game changer for me. I like it.
Oh, Javier, I did start Judge Stone, which was a collab between James Patterson and Viola Davis. Don't really know how I feel about it. It reminds me of The Help, only in the sense that she sounds like her character from The Help, Abby.
Let me ask you a question. If you would have just read it instead of did the audiobook, because I know you wanted to do the audiobook because it's narrated by Viola Davis.
And that was my fault. Everybody hyped it up that it was such a great, and it's James Patterson. He's an awesome author. So um
Do you think if you would have read it instead of the audiobook, it would be a difference, or you think
it
it still would be the same?
it probably would, because first of all, this would have been my first audio experience.
Hmm.
I'm not an audio book girly for the most part. I like to read my books and use my imagination on what I believe this person sounds like.
Yeah.
And granted, I can see why you has that same tone and voice and character, because the person, this character, they're a judge. They are in a small Alabama town, if
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mistaken. Um, they still really don't. Blacks and whites are really still kind of separated. Not separated, but they still have that friction or whatever. So it's a small. So I see why she will still have that, but yeah,
Yeah, I got you.
yeah.
You know what I don't like about Scribe, and it's probably like my smartphone's fault. I'm so used to when I play Audible, I hop in Audible, or if I'm listening to YouTube, I can collapse YouTube and go do something else. If you're listening to an Audible book on the Scribe, I can't close it out and then go to my notes app. If I close it out, it's gonna close the audiobook out. So I wish
Mm.
maybe in a future update
Oh,
they can have that where if you're using the Scribe for your audiobook,
you're able
that
to.
you can minimize it and still use the notes
Mm,
function of the tablet. So
I can see that.
yeah,
That would be very, very helpful.
very helpful. Let's see. Content dropping soon. I'll talk about that later. Dominique Unscripted segment, we did that. I don't think you prepared to send up today, so next live.
I mean, I could always do the scent I did on my live.
Is it sitting next to you?
It is. It's still here.
Well, we're gonna close out with Sweetie's scent of the day. So if you guys are unfamiliar with Sweetie's YouTube page, she does a scent of the day after her at the end of her content because we like to smell good. We might be fragrance heads around here. So our fragrance collection is a little weird, a little crazy. Before you hop into that, what we got in the chat?
Mitchell says Project Hail Mary, the movie was great. Said it was great. And Javier says Judge Stone, 425 pages, not bad on his list.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out, Mitchell. I'm glad it was good. What's the dude named Ryan Gosling?
Yeah, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. Yup.
So
I just wanted something. You know what? The only issue I had with Project Hail Mary when I got to the end of the book, I just knew something That's the only thing that I
because
didn't.
you always want something sinister.
But that's the only thing that I didn't like about Project Hail Mary. Like it was a great read. So I'm not disappointed at all. But when I picked it up and how I was drawn to it was like trapped in space in like horror. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm here for aliens, flesh eating aliens trying to torment like Ryan Gosling. So I was excited about that, right? And once I read the book, there were times in reading the book I was waiting for the murder aliens to attack. And there are like spots in the book where you can see the author could have went left and had murder aliens attack. And it never happened. But it's a cool story though. Like it's a great story. So it never happened. And then I can see like, oh, well that's why they called it kind of horror because of some of the events that happened. So
you sound like me.
What?
When I was reading Nevessa Allen's book.
Yeah, but I think the difference between Nevessa Allen's book and this book is
Mitchell says horror question mark LOL.
Yeah, that's what I said. But it said that because when I was in Target and I'm reading the back of the book, it said that. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm here for this thriller horror type situation.
He definitely did. He definitely did.
So I like there were so many spots within the book. I just knew the murder alien was finna come rain upon the masses. There was a
Javier, we've got to talk, babe.
What did you say?
We've got to talk, babe, and bring you into 2026, darling.
Is who? Did he say what?
He said cool water, babe. Hun, come to the front of the class, okay? Now, this scent here tonight is not for you, but I have several. We have several that just to bring you forward, just a smidge, just gonna bring you forward.
You know what? Since Javier likes to wear cool water cologne, I'm gonna make you big, and then I'm gonna go grab something else, and you can do.
Yes, and make sure you get the sense. Okay, so yes, she ink. Make sure you talk to Bobby. Y'all go. So here we are. This is my scent of the day, which is from Joe Milano. Joe Milano, Game of Spades. Queen. This is a fragrance for the female. I can't see myself over there. So, very nice, right? I can't tell you if I'm doing this right or not. Okay. Very nice bottle. Heavy top. We love that. We don't like anything that's plasticky. Very plastic. Great atomizer. So this scent is very light, fresh. Aaron said he would not have gotten this for me, but my nose is growing. My fragrance nose is growing, I like to say. So this is going to open with tangerine and freesia. Your mid notes are lily, jasmine, sambac, and rose. Then your base notes of musk, amber, and sandalwood. Like I said, this is a very light springtime fragrance. Are you going to have to reapply? Yes, you will have to reapply, but it is so great. You get that crisp, citrusy, um, slightly floral. It's not heavy on the floral, although you have all these floral scents in there. It's not heavy on. Then you get that light, sweet at the end. It's nice, very very nice. I actually really really like it. I'm going to enjoy wearing that this spring. My son gifted me a Tom Ford cologne. He is an aficionado of colognes. Thank you, son, for gifting him the Tom Ford. I don't know that I'm the biggest Tom Ford.
I like Tom Ford. I like that. I like that fucking fabulous. That's the name of the cologne, guys. I'm not just dropping F-bombs. It's Tom Ford
Certain
fucking
scents.
fabulous.
And that's with anything. So, yeah. What did you go and pick up?
It's right there in front of you, babe.
Ah! You set that here. Okay. So, if you guys don't know, we are heavy into the Arabian, Middle Eastern kind of scents. They tend to last longer because they're more oil based, so they last longer on the skin. So this is one of Aaron's new finds. Okay, up here we go. Pharaoh Ramses 2. This is from Bahada.
I like Bahada too.
He loves Bahada. And let me tell you something. The Middle Eastern scents, the Arabian scents, these guys, they know how to put a package together. They are all about presentation. So when I say they're all about presentation, baby, they are all about presentation. Do you see this and how it opens? And then how he's set up. Okay? Um, Now, I don't know. He also has the first one. This is Ramses 2. He has
The first one was
the first
Pharaoh.
one is Pharaoh.
Yeah, Pharaoh.
The notes are not here.
I don't. So it has. It's similar to King of Arabia though, because it has some oud in it. It has some incense in it. It's a little bit lighter. It's actually lighter than Pharaoh, and it's lighter than King of Arabia.
Look
But
at that. That is so
it still smells pretty
nice.
good. Atomizer time.
Look at that. It has to have a good atomizer.
That smells.
I hope that didn't land in my soda.
They smell so good.
It is a very nice scent. Very, very nice, guys. So.
I know, right? That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
It is. With this, you do not need a lot.
No, you don't need a lot.
You do not. A little goes a long way. It will last.
It will last
all day. This is one of those ones you don't have to reapply. But it is very, very nice.
You know what else I like, Javier? I like the tea scents. I like the tea scents, and I like the ouds.
He's a very much of a oud guy, also a patchouli guy.
Oh yeah, I wear patchouli. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna say that to me. Harwin. They got a couple of spots off Harwin, Javier. Exclusive is where we like to go. They know us up in there by name. We can meet
you there.
We can meet you at Exclusive.
They know us.
They know us. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us. We've been here an hour and
49
almost 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours, sir.
So thank you guys for checking us out. Our little side of YouTube. We had some fun talking about eating. What do you say?
Not the burnt armpits, sir. We're gonna get you. Dang, I'm still stuck on the past. I'm still using brute deodorant. Burn armpits.
No. You gotta.
We're gonna bring you forward.
Yeah. You gotta come 2-step with us, man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for checking us out. Hey, like I said earlier at the beginning, make sure you guys go check out Javier. I linked his page at the beginning of the chat.
He did.
So if you roll to the top of the chat, we got Javier's page there. Go check Javier out. He has some great videos put up with the Go 10.3 Gen 2 Lumi. Don't forget to check Dave over at Tablet Tech out. He has some good content there as well. Thank everybody for coming out. Ed over at Organized for Change. We got Javier. We got She Inc. We got Robert. We got Mitchell, who needs to be hired at Remarkable.
Oh. If you guys could do me a huge favor, if you go over to my page, Dominique Unscripted, and check out my live from, where'd it go? Yesterday?
We did it yesterday.
We did it yesterday. I greatly appreciate it.
Yep, she will like it.
Thank you.
Sometimes we go live simultaneously at the same time.
Yeah.
I'll just throw both lives in there and just go. So
if you can like it, comment on it, anything like that.
Sharon, good night. Awesome. Thank you for checking us out. Sharon.
Yes, thank you guys.
Dave, good night. Glad you stuck around with us. She Inc. Mitchell. I know Robert was
Javier, Lockett.
Yeah, Mr. Lockett.
Mitchell.
Thank y'all for hanging out with us.
All of you here.
All of you here. Hopefully Rod is done with his mimosas and vegan tacos. Because if he don't do a live Monday, I'm just gonna start trolling him in the Discord every day. And like I said, if he doesn't do a live by Wednesday, sweetie, I'm gonna need you to commandeer a trip to Philly. Because I don't want to pay for a hotel. Yeah. And I'm gonna get to Philadelphia like early. Like first flight out of Houston. Like 7:30 a.m. touchdown. And I'm just gonna go post up in front of the Rocky steps and take a picture and drop it in Discord. Then I'm gonna say, look, I'm finna go walk to every coffee shop and vegan brunch spot.
It's a lot of walking.
But it's Philly though. It can't be more than 2 vegan brunch spots. All I have to do is say, hey man, have y'all seen the guy in Rockstar Skinnies on a one wheel with weird e-ink technology in his hands? I'm pretty sure he's easy to find. And then I'm gonna force him to go live on my phone. Yeah. So make sure y'all, you know what? I'm gonna troll Rod anyway. I'm going to take my time this weekend to make a video. It's going to be called Where is the Content Creator? And I'm going to drop it on my channel. Kind of like how Where's Waldo? Yeah, I'm finna troll Rod. I'm going to troll Rod every day until he goes back live.
Tell me where wrong.
All right, guys. Thank you for checking us out. We will see you guys on probably Monday. I think I'm going to start doing this 3 times a week. So probably Monday. Sweetie. Are you going to be flying on Monday?
I don't go back to the 1st.
Yeah, Monday. We'll be here Monday. Thank you guys for checking us out, and we will see you then.
Good night, guys.
Good night.